Hello to my second video. Alright, so as much as I didn't want to do two cuts, I will do just regularly two videos, so I don't have to video edit none of my things that I usually video edit, okay? So what we're gonna do, we will clean up the cooper that I already shown you in the first video. Okay, this is the salt. I've been scrubbing and scrubbing for about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, doesn't really matter. And I'll just want to show you that the sponge will look like this. Okay, so it has to be disposable, you cannot reuse it for anything else. And now the best process, I think, in the whole universe, because we are about to clean the remaining parts of salt and vinegar from the piece, and the clean result will come up. Okay, so the reason I'm doing the second video is that to show you that right now copper was going into reaction with salt and vinegar, and the chemical reaction removes oxidation as well as removing protective layers. Okay, and so the protective layer here, let me clean some of this protective layer of copper. It means there's going to be a different color. Okay, so the one that I just cleaned right now is going to be this one on the bottom. Okay, it's, let me make a warmer light. So in the warmer light you can clearly see that this is more pinkish than this one. This is more like a red color. Okay, we take this one, clean it with water. Okay, some of the salt and vinegar was going onto this piece right here as well. So you can see this piece and this are more pinkish. I'll try to give it up a closer look. Okay, and so this bottom hammer is basically the one that was super dirty, and now you can see it's just slightly, ever slightly, some places dirty, but most likely you know, I'll do it. I don't need to have it a crystal clear. This video, the point of this video was just to show you that you can reuse something else than foundry papers, something else than a really rough abrasive way to clean these pieces. Okay, so this one I didn't clean at all, and now you can see the difference in color. It's kind of reddish, okay, like red-ish. This one didn't clean. It is oxidized, and so it's going to look like that, more like orangey color. All right, and so basically, after all, you'll take your hammer, you'll put it on the shelf. If you don't, to make it really smooth and nice finish like this one, for instance, you can. Okay, so here I'm gonna show you really close. Basically, to have it really nice and smooth finish, like on this piece right here, okay, you will send the hell out of it with 120. This is 120, and then you do 220, and the rest you understand. So you hiding up, you adding the thin grit papers, and then you finish the grits one by one. And when it's done, to prevent a further oxidation of this part, you take a regular lacquer in spray paint, and you just lacquer spray paint it. Okay, the lacquer protects the copper from receiving oxygen from atmosphere, and so that oxygen doesn't go on the surface of a copper and doesn't oxidize the piece. This piece is going to be like a piece from a shelf. You cannot use it for a main primarily purpose. Let's say you need to weld something. Okay, you will not be able to use it, because as soon as you heat it up on a gas, on a propane torch or whatever you have from kitchen, for that matter, kitchen appliances, okay, you will remove the protective lacquer at the first connection with fire. Okay, so in order to use it for the good sake of purposes of reusage, it doesn't matter if it oxidizes. It will, the worst part that can happen to copper, it will oxidize to a blackish matter, and you know, it'll stay like that. So maybe you lose 5% over 20 years. 20 years, 5% of copper you lose is not that much. Of course, if you don't have like tons of it. But again, the proportions are different, and you will have nasty hands like myself, okay? So be ready. Either wear gloves if you don't like to have nasty hands like myself after cleaning like this. All right, so this, the sponge is going to be dirty as well, okay? So it's very dirty after this, but it will give you a nice clean result. And the point of this is that, guys, whoever melt the metals, please, when you use abrasive sandpaper and you use an angle grinder and you remove so much of the material, and I'm like, oh my god, you just spent so much money and time to just melt it down, and now you're just wasting the material on sanding it. It's copper, it's not a regular steel. It doesn't, you know, produce in the nature as fast as stainless steel. So don't waste the angle grinder materials like that. Don't waste the material and you throw it away for 1,000 years in a garbage yard. So this is how it is. And the stainless steel, you can just whatever, you can sand it, paper, you can just clean it and then paint it with whatever color you like. So it doesn't really matter. And so I think this is about it, about all for today. And you can clearly see this side over here. This part right here is a different metal. I'm not sure what it is, but since it's a welding equipment, most likely it was polluted with other type of metals. And so there's nothing you can do about that, okay? So this is how it is. Welcome to copper world, and welcome to cleaning copper. See these parts? Here, let me focus it. There we go. So these parts right here, they also have some sort of different-ish cover-ish. I don't know how to call it. A different metal. I tried to scrape it, I wasn't able. But the sandpaper can remove it, of course. So there's no problem. See, this is the finished piece. Okay. It was completely black, as you remember. At the beginning of the video, you can see that. And for me, this result is perfect, because if I really need it as smooth and shiny like that, I'll just sand it up with the angle grinder, or I'll just remelt it when I have a foundry that I can use maybe in the future. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please thumbs up, subscribe, you know, tell me in comments whatever you want to see. I got something. Oh yeah, I like this song, Willow Smith, and she plays wait a minute, Ain't It Okame, I think it's Jamaican for I have seen you, I just have seen you, I saw you, something like that. Willow Smith, Wait a Minute, the best song right now on the market. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice kitty day, which is going to be hard for me to show, but because my kitty is all the way above the ceiling. Have a nice kitty day. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.